So, I am 18 years old and technically British, and I have never read Harry Potter, which is slightly blasphemous, but I mean, look, my parents didn't like me reading fantasy books when I was growing up, and so I never got the chance to read Harry Potter, and honestly, I feel as though I just need to for the sake of fulfilling my role of being an avid book reader, collector, admirer of literature and all bookish things. I need to read Harry Potter, so I'm going to read Harry Potter. This is the deluxe edition of Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone. It's really beautiful. It has these gold end pages. Sorry, not end pages. It has these gold, like, side pages. Oh my days. My book lingo is absolutely gone. And it is very much so beautiful. These editions are quite hard to find, and I only had the first one because I thought that I would pick up the rest if I enjoyed the first one enough to be willing to spend the money for the deluxe editions of all 7 books. I think it's 7. All the Harry Potter stands are coming for me. If it's more or less, I'm just gonna say that the Cursed Child isn't included in the series because everyone hates it. Also, I'm back with a new haircut. We have a fringe now. We're a fringe girl. Yeah, we're a fringe girl. Oh, and I got my hair dyed in like the most beautiful colour ever. I'm obsessed with it. It's like grey but not grey. It's like blonde grey. Love it. So yeah, enough talking. We're going to get onto this beauty and see how it reads. Yeah. This is so quintessentially British. I love it. So British. I'm sorry. I need to stop laughing at everything, but it's so British. Thank you very much. And because they just didn't hold with such nonsense. It's so British. So I'm slowly being introduced to Harry Potter terminology like muggles, and this is exciting. I feel like I'm finally joining this secret club. Morning. So I read the first chapter of this last night and then I got busy because I was doing some maths questions, but so far I'm enjoying it. It's really strange how reading it, even though I've never read it before, it feels nostalgic, and it might just be because I don't really read YA or middle grade books nowadays, so when reading something in the style of like a middle grade book, it just feels nostalgic of all the middle grade books I used to read when I was younger. But I mean, it's really wholesome so far. It's really sweet, it's really cute. Are muggles people? I think that muggles are people, so that's fun. But yeah, I'm slowly making my way through it, and I'm finally getting like references that I've seen in pop culture throughout the years, like, oh yeah, you can't say Voldemort's name and stuff, and I'm finally starting to get them. And yeah, so I'm just obsessed with my hair colour. Like, this vlog, is it a reading Harry Potter vlog, or is it just like me obsessing over my hair colour for like 20 minutes straight? Aunt Petunia often said that Dudley looked like a baby angel. Harry often said that Dudley looked like a pig in a wig. Harry Potter is a fucking savage. The fact that it's addressed to the cupboard under the stairs is the most wholesome, cute thing ever. I'm loving this so much. Harry, you're a wizard.
You're a wizard, Harry. I'm a what? Harry, you're a wizard.
So I'm meant to be doing math work, but I can't stop reading Harry Potter. It's so good. Like, I'm enjoying it so much, and I wasn't expecting it at all. It's so good. I love it so much. I can't believe I didn't read this as a child, because I feel as though I would have adored this as a child. So, I mean, I'm glad I'm reading it now. It's very good. Loving it. I actually can't believe that it's not Leviosa, it's Leviosa. Is not a direct quote. Like, it was lied to. Ruby Granger, the quote on your wall, it's a lie. No, but on a real note, I am so happy that I'm finally getting all the pop culture references that I missed in the past, and this book, oh, okay, everything on my desk just fell. This book is amazing. I love it so much. I want to pick up the rest of the books in the series because I want to binge this. This is so good. I mean, I'm going to give like my wrapped up thoughts as a whole on this later, but I'm like learning about Quidditch and all the houses, and I'm seeing the dynamics between Ron and Harry and Hermione, and it's just so wholesome and sweet, and like I low-key love Draco, and it's just very cool. It's very good. Honestly, reading this is so dangerous because now I can't do any work because all I want to do is read this, and it's a problem. Dumbledore saying that all he wants from the mirror is to see himself in a pair of socks because everyone keeps on giving him books for Christmas is the most cute, wholesome thing I've ever read, and I love Dumbledore so much, and I love Harry Potter so much, and I can't believe I spent my entire life having not read this. This is beautiful. This is so good. I'm in love with it. I want to read the whole series later. So good. Okay, hi everyone. So I'm going to be doing my makeup as I talk about Harry Potter because I'm going out for dinner with my friend and I'm running a bit late. So we're going to try and multitask and hopefully it turns out okay. So, Harry Potter. Wow. I found it to be absolutely amazing. I adored it like so much. It's been a while ever since I've read a book which really just made me want to stay awake and keep on reading, as in like I couldn't sleep. Like that hasn't happened to me since I was a teen, like a young teen, like 14, 15 years old. And I think it's mostly because the books that I read nowadays, I read a lot of classics as well as a lot of non-fiction and contemporary fiction. And the fiction that I do read tends to not be plot driven. And so when I do come across a book like Harry Potter, which is, I would say, plot driven, it's quite a shock to me and a shock to my system. Oh my god, I have foundation in my eye. Sorry, one sec. Okay, yeah. I'm just using the Tarte Shape Tape. It's in the lighter shade because I'm pale. Yeah, so when I come across a novel which is so plot driven, it's quite shocking to me. Now, here's what I will say. Me having not read YA or middle grade books in such a long time, I feel as though my opinion is very much so not objective, because adults who read young adult YA books frequently are much more able to give in a subjective and critical response to reading Harry Potter than I am, because quite frankly I haven't read the genre in so long. I'm not really able to tell necessarily what is a good middle grade book or not, or perhaps I'm able to tell what's a good one, but I'm not as able to distinguish what is an excellent one from a good one, if that makes any type of sense, because I haven't read young adult middle grade in so long. However, so that being said, my opinion is very much so subjective. However, that doesn't take away from the fact that I absolutely adored it. I mean, of course, yeah, like, do I wish that there was more fleshing out of the Harry Potter world and we got more insight into the characters and all of that? Yeah, of course I did. But also, I mean, appreciating that it is a young adult middle grade book. Like, children don't necessarily want to read pages upon pages about, you know, like, the every single intricate detail of the Great Hall. You know, children want to be entertained. And so, for me, reading it was quite an adrenaline rush, because it felt like I was reading a movie, which, once again, I mean, in terms of literary merit, yeah, it's not... How do I explain this? I feel like we need to really take it for what it is and not try and analyse Harry Potter and what it's not. I mean, it's a middle grade book which is aimed at children, which is meant to provide a source of entertainment. It fulfills its role, right? Like, we're not... And in that sense, it is a great work of fiction, it's a great work of literature, a work of art. So that I will definitely say. I'm dying to pick up the rest of the books in the series because I want to be back in the Harry Potter world. I'm also really looking forward to the movies. But I'm not sure if I should finish reading the series and then watch the movies, or just watch the movies as I read the series. I'm not sure really which approach is better. So if you want to in the comments suggest to me, that'd be great. But yeah, what can I say? What did I particularly love? I love how, despite the fact that the characters weren't necessarily fleshed out as much as they could have been, you still had these distinct character traits, which, you know, the characters, they felt like people. They didn't just feel like characters or caricatures, which I really enjoyed. You know, that was great. I loved how wholesome it was and how it taught a lot of important life lessons, and it talked a lot about courage and bravery, and all these really important things. Yeah, contouring always scares me so much, because I went to get my passport photo done when, like, I had contoured my face in, like, basically the dark, and it was so disgusting. You could see, like, these just, like, contour lines on my chin, and it just made my face look so disfigured. It was absolutely horrendous. So, I'm a bit traumatized from that experience. Anyway, we're meant to be talking about Harry Potter. So, yeah. Oh, this is, by the way, the Anastasia Beverly Hills. It's actually a foundation stick, but it's a contour stick. Like, it's a shadow stick foundation, but it's meant for contouring. And it's in the shade... I have no clue. I have no clue what shade this is. I'm so sorry. Yeah, I'm sorry. I have no idea. It doesn't say any particular name that I can see. Okay, so what else? I absolutely love Hermione's character. Like, she reminds me of me when I was younger, in some senses. There's some, like, the absolute eagerness to do well, and like the passion for what she's studying. For me, being like economics and stuff, she reminds me a lot of my younger self. So that was really sweet to read. And overall, I just I love the characters so much, and I love the friendships that we've seen form and develop. And nothing was really cliche. Like, the friendships developed really naturally. They were very, very nicely done, which is a huge props to J.K. Rowling for making this fantastical storyline believable. What I also will add on the topic of fantasy is that I myself do not regularly read fantasy novels. Like, absolutely at all. It's not my genre. It's never been my genre. However, I found Harry Potter to be just the cherry on top of my literary cake. It was amazing. Absolutely loved it. I mean, I understand completely the hype around Harry Potter. I mean, I feel as though a lot of people on BookTube, like adults, I mean, like 18 to mid-20s that I see reviewing Harry Potter as adults, say that they don't really understand the hype around it, and that maybe if they read it when they were younger, they'd appreciate it more. And I think that once again comes down to whether you are an avid reader of YA, middle grade or not. For me, it felt like, even though I've never read Harry Potter, it felt nostalgic because, I don't know, just, I guess the quick pacing and the plot and everything and the the emotions that I got from it was so reminiscent of the YA novels when I read when I was younger. Okay, that's cute. We're now going to use Glossy's Cloud Paint in Beam just to add a bit of colour to my cheeks. This is super pigmented though, so be careful. It's a lovely peachy colour. And I just use my fingertips because the warmth from your fingertips helps blend it in, and I put it quite high up on my cheeks so that it's a bit more sculpting of the face. Don't listen to me for makeup, like my makeup's usually quite bad. I'm just trying to be a beauty guru. But yes, I can't wait to dive back into the world of Harry Potter. It seems so cool, and the movies, I really want to watch them. But yeah, that plot twist at the end, I was not expecting. I'm not sure if I should include spoilers or not, but I'll just say that plot twist, I was not expecting. I completely thought that Snape was this evil guy, and so having that plot twist be there in place, like it kind of, and the fact that I was fooled kind of showed that, yeah, like this isn't just some cliche like bad writing, like it's good. Like Harry Potter is, it's good. Okay, let me put on my glasses to see what we're working with because I am very much so blind and have no idea how much of a clown I look like. Yeah, we're fine. Now I'm going to take Glossier's Wilder in the shade G11 to G12. I think it's like the lightest one too. This is so cool. It feels like a second skin. And we're going to take this Raw Techniques powder brush. I don't really know. And we're just going to put on some powder just to complete the look. And also, reading Harry Potter has made me genuinely consider reading more fantasy books, which is a really strange thing for me, because whilst I did enjoy the Game of Thrones TV series and started the first book but didn't finish it because I wanted to finish the TV series first and then read the books because I don't want to be mixing between them because this powder is so good. It doesn't pick up on any of your blemishes or imperfections. It's wonderful. Yeah. So Harry Potter's actually made me want to go back and like try out more like fantasy style stuff, which is definitely a shock for me. I mean, I've read more like fantastical novels. Like I've read The Passion of New Eve by Angela Carter, which was like, for me, it was like just a 3-star read because I found it too whimsical, too fantastical. I tend to not enjoy whimsical, fantastical stuff. It just tends to not be for me. But now I want to go back into the world of dragons and magic and witches and wizards. So if anyone wants to recommend some adult fantasy books, I'm all ears, but know that I'm new to the genre, and also fantasy books tend to be so long, which scares me. Positively, what time is it? I'm running late. Eyeliner, this is the NYX. It's just eyeliner in a brown colour, yeah. My eyeliner is so... yikes. But yeah, my outfit's cute. I'm just wearing this white shirt and then this silk scarf. tie thing, and black jeans with this, like, not grey, not brown, not black, but this weird in-between colour belt from Uniqlo. It's very cute. Yeah, I'm just going to put on some mascara, and I think we're done. Put on some lip gloss too. Ooh, what lip colour am I going to go for? Part of me is feeling like a dark colour. I feel like that'll be quite cute. But I'm going out for dinner, so I don't really want to wear a dark colour and then have to reapply it afterwards. Okay, so my mascara is terrible too. Things that I'm hoping for in the upcoming Harry Potter books. Is it still filming? Yeah. Okay, so I'm hoping that we get more insight into different houses, because now all that we really know is the what we know about the houses is what the sorting hat said, and quite frankly there's just not enough info. So hopefully we get more intel in future books onto, you know, what really defines each house and what is different about them, and yeah, apart from that, honestly, highly recommend. So our makeup's almost done. Oh, I hate the way that my mascara looks. It looks so bad. But yeah, I just spent the day doing some math, doing some statistics. So I'm gonna go out for dinner now, and when I get back home I'm gonna be doing probably some practice papers on stats. The time that I had left from finishing the content of stats till now I just spent reading my economics book. I'm reading, let me find and show you, because it's so different to Harry Potter. It's quite it's quite funny. Let me show you. I'm reading Super Capitalism by Robert B. Reich, and it's a book basically on the 21st century capitalism and why it's different from 20th century capitalism, and yeah, so far it's really good. It's interesting. About a quarter of the way through it. And also for my fiction, because I tend to read one fiction book at a time, I've moved on to the poems of Catullus, and this edition is really cool. It has duckwood edges, which is fun, and yeah, I'm really enjoying these. These are so cool. I picked this up in a vintage bookstore in Leicester Square and love it. So yeah, I think that today we're gonna go with Fresh's Rose Morning Eau de Parfum, because I'm obsessed with everything rose and this just feels right.